Appreciate you. I didn't even know my mic was low. My bad, my bad. What's a sugar apple? Like you said, sugar apples in stock. Is that a strain? Grow a garden. Where you grow? What else you grow? $10 million active players. It's a game. Sugar apples are in stock. Oh, so that's a game. I never heard of it. What's the name of the game? Yo, what y'all think about that Antonio Massey case? I'm watching it right now. It says Antonio Massey told on by witness and $50,000 reward has not been given to anyone. It's on Roblox. Oh, I don't even know Roblox. I heard of Roblox, but I don't even know what it is. I never played it. Yo, Raiden, what's the word? How you feeling? What you getting into? You look crazy. That's crazy. You can't even trust your family. Antonio Massey was turned in by a family member. His only family knew he was in that house. Given the charges he had the R charge. It's crazy. They gonna bury that man. They said that's his 4th time escaping. Roblox has everything. If you do, can you add me? Oh yeah. What type of content you post? Do you post content? If you post content, then yeah, I'll follow you. But if you ain't got no content, then why am I following you, brother? I support other content creators though. I do follows for follows. I also comment on videos. I actually watch the people that that subscribe to me, that I subscribe back. I actually watch their videos. I don't just ghost follow, like ghost follow. That's weird. That's crazy. Can't trust your family. No, sadly. Van, you add me though. JM, okay, that's Roblox. Yo, what what can you do on Roblox? Like, what exactly is that? Like, what's the point of the game? Like, is there an end game? Is there a point to the game? No, Fortnite. I'll spank you in Fortnite, respectfully. 0 build. Y'all could build. I can't build. But my aim is impeccable. It has everything. Add me. I'll add you after. I actually got to reinstall Fortnite. Check out my new videos. Shooting. What shooting? Shooting what? Dang, let's play something though. I mean, I got COD. You got COD. I play Warzone. I stream on Kick and Warzone. People, what? That I play. That also I play. Anything else? Games that I currently have installed. I got Arena Breakout. I don't know if you're on PC or console, but I'm on PC. I got PUBG, Gray Zone, Warfare. I got Marvel Rivals. I got Squad, Dead by Daylight. Ready or Not, Helldivers. I do have GTA RP. Currently looking for a new city. Good games there. Do you understand? Play Minecraft. I don't get Minecraft. What? I don't get it. Bro, I've watched Minecraft gameplay and I can't get into it. It's not like that's not a game I can see myself actually getting into and playing. I play a lot of shooters, and the type of shooters I like are like realistic. You ever play Escape from Tarkov? I got that. I'm taking a break from that game. Appreciate the sub, brother. I'm gonna sub back once I get off. But other than that, how's everybody else that's in the chat? How's your weekend going so far? How y'all enjoying this nasty humidity? If you're on the East Coast, you know what I mean. I currently only have Minecraft, Fortnite, and Titan Strike. I never heard of Titan Strike. What's that? We can run a Fortnite game. Definitely run Fortnite. I just gotta reinstall it. I actually gotta uninstall something. What game I don't play? It's gonna be between Hogwarts Legacy and Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm gonna have to uninstall one of those. Then they said they have to be eligible for whoever turned them in. What does eligible mean? Like, as far as, like, I thought you turned them in, it don't matter, like, your background or nothing. Well, then again, if you were helping him, so I understand that part. Can we, what? Can I get your game number, by the way? Game number. What is a game number? How about this? I don't know if you got Discord. Add me on Discord. That'd be much easier. They go my Discord, bro. These are the games I play. I stream daily, so check me out. Add Captain Jackbar. Send me a message. Let me know it's you. I accept it. We go from there. All right, bet. Let me fill my water bottle up. Anybody got plans this summer? I'm about to just stack up and make it to Thailand. That's the goal. By this time next year, I should be in Thailand. Making more vlogs. Check out my content. What's the name? The name is right there. Yeah. So screenshot that and bow. EOS.
Use Odor Eaters daily to control wetness, destroy odors, and prevent fungus for healthier feet.
I'm going to America for the summer. Where you from? It's not working. You gotta add the bottom one, Captain Jack Bar. It's one word, don't space it.
A 6-week manhunt, 4 escapes from custody, and a first-class flight to prison. Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's
10 on the jet.
And I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on the capture of Antoine Massey, one of Louisiana's most wanted men. May 16th, 2025. 10 inmates escaped a rotting jail in New Orleans, immediately gaining national attention.
Word? That's
An
tough.
intricate plan would be given
What's the
to
weather like in
police worker
Armenia?
at the Orleans Justice Center, cutting off the water to the cell. The inmates would force open a faulty cell door after midnight, rip the toilet from the wall, escaping through the small hole left behind, but not before writing a note for the jail staff on the way out. One of the biggest jailbreaks in Louisiana history, committed by one of the deadliest groups. Back in April, 19-year-old Corey Boyd was with 2 friends who were pulling on car door handles, attempting to find one unlocked so they could rob it. 38-year-old Mr. Brandon Fees and his girlfriend observed them from their porch. The suspects were approaching his car, so Fees went and confronted them. The veteran would be shot, stood over, and shot again in the head before being run over by the escape vehicle. 19-year-old Corey Boyd is accused of being the driver. 27-year-old Derek Groves was arrested for attempted murder back in 2014, but would beat the case. 4 years later, Derek would spin again. It was 2018. Mardi Gras, and a group of people were gathered in front of a house in the lower 9th Ward when 2 men ran up with AK-47 style rifles and opened fire. Jamar Robinson was shot in the arm and chest, while Byron Jackson was hit in the head. Both men died, while 3 others who were shot luckily survived. One of the surviving victims would later testify against him for shooting him 6 times.
Got you.
Derek would be found guilty of 2 murders and 2 attempted murders, while also pleading guilty to 2 additional
Yeah, I hear this though.
But a juror error would result in a mistrial. Derek Groves has been connected to
I want to
4
meet my
violent
family.
felonies and
but
he is
not
the
my
only
mom.
remaining man out of 10.
So you flying
that's
alone, or
still
you
on the
flying?
run. But the most
You said not your
famous of
mom,
the
so
group
I'm guessing
is
she's
none
staying in
other than
Armenia.
32-year-old Antoine Massey.
It's just a solo trip.
He escaped the juvenile facility, a neighboring adult jail, and twice cut off his ankle monitor before doing the race. Aside from having chess pieces tattooed on his face, Antoine would receive the most attention after he started to post to social media.
Okay.
Wow.
How long? How long you gonna be out here? Well, in America. And how long is that flight?
What I want to talk about today is for
To meet my grandmother.
I was in Armenia.
Is this your first time, or you flew here before? Like, this is not a first
I was
time.
in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. So I'm asking for help from the
No,
world, from
in Armenia.
Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy,
I'm confused.
Donald Trump.
You said you and your father's gonna fly to America to see your grandmother, or you're gonna fly to Armenia to see your grandmother.
In a home being raided by SWAT, where officers were able to
I
recover
was
some of the
born
clothing
there.
Antoine
Okay.
could be seen wearing in the video. Now, Antoine was asking for help from rappers and even the president, but his list of charges would make anyone say fuck him. I was in there for death of a motivated.
Okay, you're flying to Armenia. Cool.
That's where I was in Orleans Parish. Today, what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protected court rights. With domestic abuse charges in one county, he was being held in
How long you gonna be out there for?
another case of domestic abuse as well as car theft.
For the summer?
But Antoine also had warrants.
Is it summertime in Armenia?
Rape, kidnapping, domestic violence, and violating a protective order. It would seem Antoine has a history of crimes against women, which would categorize him in jail as a no-good piece of shit. Another tip would reach New Orleans police. And
Hey, at least your mom get a break from me, all right? I guess. Hey. You get to spend time with your pops, flying out.
Officers would take pictures with the captured
Hey man,
suspect
document that.
before rebooking him into the same jail he escaped.
I mean by document that, like, you know, record videos, Snapchats, etc. Something that you can look back on one day in the plane. That's not that bad. I flew to Australia. It took me 21 hours. I flew from Newark, New Jersey to Cali, and from Cali to Sydney, Australia.
They're true craftsmen. They're masters of their
First flight was 6, another one was 14, I think. A little over 14.
Just like the old days. I smile a lot more now.
My teeth are straight and I just love them.
Immediately after being rebooked, Antoine was placed in a helicopter and received a first-class flight to the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Angola, also known as the Alcatraz.
By the way,
South,
today's my
is
B-Day
a maximum
brothers.
security
But
prison
my
run like a
brother's
slave
B-Day.
plantation.
I can't read.
That's home to over
Shit, happy
6,000
birthday. Tell your brother happy
With
birthday.
9 of the 10 escaping
How old did he turn?
custody, 13 additional people would be arrested for their assistance in the escape. The maintenance worker who cut off the water to the cell was arrested on suspicion, but he claimed inmates told him the cell was clogged, and if he didn't cut the water, he'd be stabbed. Others held by either cash apping money, transporting them around the city, and giving them a place to stay. By far the deadliest amongst the
18?
10 is Derrick
Hell yeah.
Rose,
Live it up.
and he is still
What he doing for his birthday?
Facing an eternity in prison,
Got
it's
any
hard to
plans?
imagine he's still in Louisiana, as he faces the most severe punishment. But he's also the most dangerous. And if he's gotten his hands on a weapon, surrendering to
Jimmy don't know.
might not be an option.
What y'all did last year or the year before that? He 18, bro.
Now this was wild to see this.
I'm happy I'm going to Armenia. I didn't go to Armenia in 2 years.
Inmate on the run. We can expect with today's technology that
I've never been to Armenia. Gotta go there. What's the food like?
That just disappeared.
Shit, he's in Florida. Okay. Oh, he's at school?
The border has so much heat right now. I don't know if that's the smartest thing you can do. You might be better off just going to the swamps or going to the woods and just living off the land, but you have to know how to do so. And everyone that got captured pretty much got captured in New Orleans. Nobody really left.
I used to live in Florida.
You know what I mean? So it's
like over 10 years ago.
Antoine Massey was
I used to live in
doing
Orlando.
videos in the city, and then as soon as he dropped it, boom, they
I was
raised that house
not too
and they
far
raised
from
that
Universal
back.
Studios.
'Cause people
Florida
are
was
telling
cool.
on him. They're like, yeah,
I
we
was
know
in
what he
college.
is. He's
Where?
over here.
What college?
We want him free. He's over here beating females up and this and that. Nah, get him. And then the other one, oh, he's killing everybody. Yeah, get him too. Like, the city doesn't want these people
It's
on the
fun
run.
in
You know, so it's
Vermen.
really on social media you'll
Verven
see
is a water
people excited,
place. It's so
right?
fun.
Because everybody likes
Did I
to
say
act
that right?
like they're against the system.
Verven?
Oh, the inmates escaped and, you know, let them go, you know, run. And it's kind of like when you think of the escape from Alcatraz. You
Let
had
me
inmates
ask.
who made floaties out of whatever material they could find in the prison, escaped, and nobody knows
No.
if they made it or not because they had to go through
Virvan.
shock-infested waters. But
Virvan.
it's the thought that makes everyone
Barvan.
excited. They made movies, video games.
Yeah,
all
I'm
about that.
butchering it. I ain't even gonna keep trying. It's over.
You know, it's kind of the same thing until common sense and maturity kicks in and you realize, well, wait, no, these people are pieces of shit. A 19-year-old was
What's the
trying to
food
break
like in
into a
Armenia?
guy, was with a group,
Like, what's your
you know,
national
gunning down a
dish?
veteran, running him over, and while they ran him over, they hit the girlfriend with the cartoon and she bounced off the hood. Yeah, that's unacceptable. A veteran who fought for his country got stood over and shot in the head because he was trying to keep 3 teens from breaking into his vehicle. That's
Man,
no
we
way.
live in a crazy
Then,
world, bro.
you know, you got another guy who runs up during Mardi Gras, opens fire on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them. You know, he's doing this with an AK or a Draco or whatever he had, an AK-style rifle, 7.62s flying through the air. He opens up on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them.
So everybody that just joined the chat, check out my new videos I just uploaded. Check out my content. Tell me what you think.
2014. Yeah, he
Like,
doesn't
comment,
beat up
subscribe.
He seems to have an issue with
Very
not
Ivan.
controlling
Very
himself.
Ivan.
And he has a habit of killing people. We're good on that. We don't
UT.
need that out here. You know, people
Oh, I don't know
want
what
to
UT
enjoy Mardi
is.
Gras, not get shot at with rifle bullets. And then you
University
have
of Tampa?
Antoine Massey, who even his own aunt made a video speaking on him.
Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster.
Never
He
mind.
is not a monster. Is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that. Has Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes. But how did he get that way?
Bro, you're
Y'all know how he got that way.
yeah, his
So
mother
why
saying
did his
this
father
shit
get executed in front of him? But he's not the only one
on the
that
news.
affected. It affected his sister.
You painting your
It
son in a
affected
bad
his
light
mom.
is crazy.
It affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated for allegedly helping him. Allegedly helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him.
Got
But
to
this
go.
not
Have a
funny,
good day,
y'all,
bro.
'cause trust me,
Enjoy the
he's
rest of your
scared
day.
right now. He's scared. He want to go home because he the type of nigga he will make decisions and think afterwards because he not all there. Am I saying he don't know right from wrong? Yes, he know right from wrong. He grown, but the system raised him. He been in jail 14 years of his life. Come home, domestic violence. He back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing. But in his mind it is. In his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges.
So while there can be excitement from a jailbreak, the thing is this: I don't know what the punishment is in Louisiana. In Florida, if you escape, I'm pretty sure it's like a 5 years mandatory that you get hit with. You know, so unless you got mad time,
Are those
it's
phone
not
games
worth
or are
it.
those
Some of the
like
guys that were in Louisiana with
console
gun
games?
charges, robbery charges,
I like a
whatever,
phone. I don't know how you can
had
play
a couple
phone
of
with
them that
PC.
could get off with a 3, 4, 5 year sentence. So if you're just gonna get another 5 year slap on top
I
of
don't
that,
even know if they
you
play on
might
the
as well
same
not even
servers.
run, because it was only 6 weeks Antoine got away. The other ones were getting caught immediately.
Oh.
It's not worth it. Stupid choice. And you know, as much as they want to blame the inmates, they need to blame whoever is in charge of that jail. Because you can't have a rotting facility
In
where cells
Armenia,
don't open correctly,
the food
get
is
ripped open,
kebabs and
The
barbecue.
jails that are the least
I
taken
can get
care
used
of
to
with the
that.
worst conditions tend to have the most violence.
It's more healthy than
most
here in
access
America.
to weapons, because if you can rip toilets off
Got
the
fatty
walls, you can
foods.
turn that bitch into a goddamn whatever the fuck. You
I miss
know?
the food in Korea.
You might even be able to
Korea,
build a gun out of all that
Korean
metal.
food out there, the
But what
dish,
I'm
the
saying
noodles
is
and all that.
this.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest wake ups to New Orleans, and it made
Enjoy the
them
rest of your
look
day, bro.
terrible. And now they have to hunt everybody down, and they have to go crazy with the punishments to set an example for their failures. But what they also need to do is invest money into that facility, because you can't keep the city safe if you can't keep it contained. But as far as Derrick Rose, there's been no word as to where he's at. I don't know.
Later,
Could
dude.
be anywhere. We'll just have to wait and see how this case plays out. But drop y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090J. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me.
Till next time.
Dad, I'm a little busy right now. Doing what? Trying to write a new play.
One of the most controversial rappers coming out of the West Coast
Man, you don't get smoked. It's
is
crazy.
by far none other than Swifty Blue.
Gangland, the southern side. I'm right here with
You got
the
West
white
Coast
folks.
rap, the Swifty
Check it out.
Blue,
If you ever in Los Angeles and you out here handling business, make
getting
sure you
chased by
have
the
some
Mexican
sort of
mafia.
for your own security. Man, streets is dangerous. Like, hey, Swifty, I need some shooters with me. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
I never understand Mexican rappers. They don't like black folks. But you dress like us and you rap.
Mr. Check-In With Me himself is now more viral than ever for all the
Like, don't try to make mariachi music.
19 members of the notorious Mexican Mafia have been charged by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's
Oh, what's
Office
those
for their
Dolce
alleged
songs, whatever the hell they
in a
call?
conspiracy to murder the rapper. Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's
1090J.
and I'm rocking with y'all.
Y'all rocking with me.
For this video, we're gonna be speaking on Swifty Blue and the 19 Mexican Mafia members or associates that were taken down after repeatedly trying to kill him. Within the Mexican gang culture of Southern California lies a hierarchy
What's the word?
that
What's
is
the
known
word?
amongst all, but very rarely spoke on. Those that live that life follow a strict set of rules more known as politics and are forbidden from ever publicly acknowledging La Gente. On the streets of Southern California, if you were born in a Mexican neighborhood, you were raised amongst the Southsiders. Primarily known as Sureños, the Spanish term for Southern. Southsiders control multiple hoods known as barrios within Southern California and are considered the largest population within the California prison system. Entering the Los Angeles County jails to roll with the Southern Mexicans would be known as rolling with the Southsiders. But in prison, just because you're a Southsider, that doesn't make you a Sureño. That title could only be earned through blood, sweat, and steel. And it wasn't optional, meaning you couldn't ask for it. You could raise your hand to put in work, or your name could be called. But either way, it wasn't until you completed the mission or multiple missions before you could even be considered. Even then, as a Sureño, this still wasn't the top of the food chain. There was another level that truly called the shots, that sent the orders to the Sureños, who then sent the orders to the Southsiders. And this elite group is known as the Mexican Mafia. Sureños represent the number 13, the 13th letter of the alphabet being M for Mexican Mafia. The connection between the two isn't a secret.
I don't wish
And the
death on
power
people,
of
but
both
Swifty
groups
Blue he
felt
gonna die by the
more
end of this year, no
state,
cap.
But the federal prison system as well. So how did Swifty
They
Blue
gonna
become
catch
a
him like him by the
target
end of
of
this year.
California's deadliest gangs? Swifty Blue is a known Southsider from Eastside Para 13, a Southsider gang on the east side of Paramount, California. Making noise as a rapper, he'd make even more noise for the controversial things he'd do or say, like telling visitors of Los Angeles to tap in with him for protection.
Go. Gangland is the other side. I'm right here with the homie for White Fence. Check it out. If you ever in Los Angeles and you are here handling business, make sure you tap in with some solid homies for your own security. The streets is dangerous. If you are not tapped in, you will get stepped on. Believe that. You will get
Bro,
stepped on.
he
Believe
holds
that.
no weight though. It's like all these rappers hold no weight. They just talk all that shit in the streets. Crazy.
From White Fence 13 is none other than G-Face. Another
G-Face is a snitch too.
Against the Mexican mafia when he was stabbed.
They've been trying to kill this man for years.
G-Face is currently incarcerated and in protective custody. As he isn't a made man, he's a marked man. And according to transcripts, has had a green light on his head from the Mexican mafia since 2006. As far as Swifty Blue goes, a source would tell me Swifty was dating a woman related to a member of the Mexican mafia.
I mean, he gotta look over his shoulder for the rest of his life. Is crazy.
Threatened to tell her uncle about Swifty Blue disrespecting her, and it's alleged Swifty said fuck the both of them. He either didn't know who or how powerful that woman's relative is. Swifty Blue is alleged to have been paying a fee for the disrespect to keep himself unharmed. And keep in mind, everything I'm saying now is from a confidential source, so take everything with a grain of salt. Swifty's mouth would get the best of him.
What's the word though?
Saying things on social media that was taken as disrespect.
What are you
to the
watching?
mafia,
I'm watching
making his
EOS.
money no longer good.
In the sentence.
It's alleged that he didn't
Around
stop
watching a story
paying,
about
that his
Swifty
money
Blue.
would no longer be accepted. Another narrative is that he was paying, but at some point refused to keep paying. And regardless of which storyline is actually true, Swifty Blue's name was placed in the hat. In other terms, he was greenlit, and any member that fell under the umbrella of the Mexican mafia was to kill him if the opportunity presented itself. Another YouTube channel by the name
I can't
of
say
Renegade
Mexicans are
Media
nasty with a knife.
thoroughly covered this story, but he did it a whole
Fist fight?
year ago, before
Maybe.
anyone knew of the murder conspiracy.
But they nasty with a knife.
Meaning he had yet to be
We'll smoke him on the street by the end of this year.
The FBI would
Or he gonna make it into prison,
murder
and they gonna cut him up.
began in December of 2022. Within the criminal complaint,
Do you watch Godfather of Harlem?
who goes by the name Snuffy,
Is that the one with
is
Denzel
alleged to
Washington?
be the man who ordered the hit. This
Godfather
is
of Harlem.
alleged
Let me
to
look
be
that
the
up
uncle
actually.
of the woman Swifty Blue was dating. A man named in the complaint would tell an informant that members of Paramount, Compton, and downtown LA had instructions to attack Swifty on sight. La M would learn he was arrested, and word was passed from the streets to prison, and from prison to the county jail. In November of 2023, while inside of the Los Angeles County Jail, a man who was 2 cells down.
Oh hell yeah, I've seen this before.
66-year-old mother.
With Bumpy Johnson? Yes sir, I watched it.
If the one who sings is still good, his mother was.
That's actually a good show.
When he called back, she'd tell him he's no good. For this,
Where you at in the series?
both the man and his elderly mother have been charged with the conspiracy to murder. 2 days after the mother and son spoke, another jail inmate called a prisoner who had a contraband cell phone. After mentioning Swifty Blue, he'd asked if he remembered a Raza rapper who was in the shower. Prosecutors believe this was in reference to Money Sign Suede, the 22-year-old rapper who was killed with a box cutter in a prison shower 7 months earlier.
There we go.
The prisoner on the phone would say, the end result should be the same. The next day, Southsiders were told they
Alright,
handled that shit
I'm at the end
with
of the season
prejudice.
2.
At 5:50
When
in the
no
morning,
one's
the cells
after
popped for
Malcolm.
showers. 3 Southsiders.
So I ain't gonna tell you what happened. All I know, that's some bullshit, bro. The way they treating Malcolm is crazy, bro.
5 hours later, a man would call a woman from
Malcolm is
jail,
the only one that's actually fighting
tell the member in
for,
prison that
I'm not gonna say equality, he's fighting for segregation of the blacks.
Expect them to be performing in probably the
I don't know, he's just trying to, I don't know.
In other words, they failed.
And you see how they switched his character?
Plan to try again as soon as
He wasn't the same Malcolm in the first season.
But before before
They
this would
switched him.
happen,
That was
Swiftie
bullshit.
was released, essentially saving his life.
The first
In
Malcolm
March
that they had in season 1 looked like the
2024,
Malcolm.
members would communicate
Second
to
one was a little
TikTok
bit,
stating
that
the
shit was
rapper
off.
was on live outside of his family's home. An armed Southsider would drive to the house at 1 a.m., sending a picture of a gun in a cup holder of his car, and replying on TikTok saying, "He ain't here." Members were later sent to vandalize Swiftie's home, tagging Swiftie Blue 187, a sign he's marked for death. Every step of the way, from green lighting, calling to confirm he's no good, to driving to his home, are all being considered acts within the conspiracy to murder Swiftie Blue. Every participant that made a call, gave a code, or sent word is being charged in the conspiracy to murder the rapper. And to be quite
They
honest,
switched the whole
I'm
actor out.
surprised
That was
he's still
bullshit, bro.
alive. The thing is, this arrest does nothing for Swiftie Blue.
But you see how everybody uses each other? Like, there's no real friendship in that whole scenario with, what is he, the mayor? He's using Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy's using, what's that, the Italian guy, like, bro, shit weird. There's no love in the streets.
But it sounds more
So you gotta
that
stay
it
out
was
the
an
streets.
opportunity to
Pointless.
extort the rapper, and he refused. It's the same storyline for Money Sign and Suede. Suede was a resident, meaning he lived in Los Angeles, but he didn't gangbang. When sentenced to prison, he rolled with the Southsiders. due to
Politics
Mexican
as
heritage.
usual.
But when it came time to pay respects to the higher-ups, by literally paying for their respect,
You can do politics in the street, or you can wear a suit in politics. It's the same shit at the end of the day.
the extortion
People
of
always
those with
dying.
money has led to the demise of those with promising careers because of an affiliation
Just a bunch of men
to a
with
group
power
that flourishes
killing
not
each
in
other.
luxury, but in the streets and prison. While
Can't use that power
Swiftie
and good.
cooperated with the police,
Yeah, just use that shit for
his
stupidity.
unwillingness to cooperate with the strict politics of his affiliation may very well be the cause of his death in the future. Now, this is a lot to take in. In my opinion only, if he disrespected somebody he shouldn't have and is willing to make it right, I think that's how it should have went. Instead of
Man, they just want to kill that man.
risking the freedoms of many over one, and essentially 19 people being charged in a conspiracy that can end horribly for all 19 of them. Now, from my understanding, the Southsiders are under very strict politics, and, you know, if he snitched, or if he did some weird shit, or, you know, did something
Have you
to cause
seen
harm to
Rise
his
of a
own, it would make
Champion?
more sense for this level of aggression.
It's like Ultimate Fighter.
But if this is truly a scheme to extort
Never heard of
a
it.
rapper,
It's
in
like Bare
that
Knuckle.
sense,
I heard of Bare Knuckle.
Hotels.com.
And then I seen the fights in the UK.
20%. With that kind of discount, you could stay at a place with a killer spa. Get a manicure, clean up those mitts a little, eh? Hotels.com.
I don't know if I can necessarily fault
Boxing.
Swiftie Blue for
Boxing
not
with
wanting
gloves?
to be extorted, because it's like at the end of the day, even though you fall into certain politics as a
It's
gangster
a YouTube
yourself,
series.
right? You're gonna feel tried knowing you
Who
have
fights?
to give up something.
Like, is it like known fighters or is it like celebrity fighters?
The foundation of your cool.
Like, who fights?
You know, like, wait a minute, I'm the one that does the extortion. I'm the one telling people to tap in for $25,000, and I'm gonna make sure they're good. Now I gotta pay somebody
Celebrity
else
fighter
to
or-
make sure I'm good.
You just say
I'm the
yeah.
gangster. So,
Amateur fighter competition for
I'm
your
gonna be
pro
honest, in my
debut.
opinion, it sounds like
Oh,
he's
that's
in
cool.
a situation he can't get out of. in a
Like, are the
place
fights any
where
good or is it just like,
his enemies are
you know, some
the
stagnant
best,
fights?
and there's not much he's going to be able to do because he can't take on the entire Southside card.
I don't know, people get knocked
The
out.
only thing that I can think
Or
of
do normal,
that
like the
would
normal fights
essentially
just go
save
like the
him
distance.
and his career, move to Miami. I'm gonna be honest with you, Miami's a different place. You can still have the same image, You can
Only
still
just
do what you
released the
do.
first episode
You're
yesterday.
just not going to be under those
Oh, so it's a new
policies
channel.
because it's Miami.
I'm gonna check
Now,
them out.
yeah, anyone can book flights, this and that, but after what happened with Lil Durk,
You
I
said
don't
they're
think
called
anybody
Ultimate
really wants
Fighter?
to do that. This organization
No, pause.
is clearly
They
powerful
call
because of
Rise
how
of
many
the
people
Champion.
in California
Oh, yeah, I'm
don't
gonna check
speak
them out.
on them. But there's also a message behind this video. Look at the situation with Money Sign Sway, right? He went to prison, rolled
So
with
they're
the
training for
Southsiders.
now.
And this is the
But
thing, is everybody
look like they
is
will
gonna
be
have
good.
a use. The men that go in there and they're broke, they have nothing to offer but violence. That's why
they give you a schedule of when they
it's
actually want to
called
start fighting, like
Raise
post,
Your
or
Hand.
this is just like
You're getting sent
a
to go do
teaser,
that. You're
like
about
a
to put in
trailer.
some work, you have nothing else to offer. But when these rappers come in, even if these rappers aren't famous, you got guys in prison that know nothing about going viral. They don't understand it. Their mind doesn't comprehend it. Oh, he's got millions of views. All they hear is the word million. This might be a broke rapper who went viral. And he might not even have gone viral on his own page. It might have been another page that posted him and it went viral on their page. But they heard the word million and they think you got money. Okay, well, we're
That's
not
not how
gonna send
views
him to
work.
stab
That's
nobody.
crazy.
He just gotta put some of that money in. You gotta,
They
you
got
know,
the trailer and the
put
first
some funds
episode
into the
out.
kitty.
Looks like new episodes weekly.
People don't want to
Okay.
do that, and it ends how it ends. Now, this case was investigated.
Fight scene is
by
not like how it
Los
is,
Angeles,
like
but
how
the
it was when I was
FBI.
growing up.
It isn't
I
a
grew up
federal
in the
case,
Kimbo
it's a
Slice
state
era.
case, but with the FBI's assistance,
Now the fights is all.
I wonder how much that's gonna
All them shits
play
look
out
great, I'm gonna be
and have
honest
an
with you.
effect on the way this case plays out
Not
as
suspenseful no
far
more.
as them being found guilty. But like I said, this specific organization,
Like all the sports
doesn't
organizations is
flourish
just
in Beverly Hills.
all that shit look
They
rigged now.
flourish in prison.
Looks staged,
Meaning if
rehearsed.
Swifty Blue does anything
A lot of the
to
fight,
wind
a
up
lot of
in
the
certain
fighters
places,
come from the street,
it's
street
that much
fighting
more
back.
of a chance they get what they want.
Oh, so don't some of
Which
them?
is essentially
Well, mainly
what
most of them don't.
Let me know
What,
y'all's
they don't
thoughts
fight in
in the
gyms.
comment section.
They just fight from the street.
1090J, I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Did you develop cancer after living, working, volunteering, or attending school in Lower Manhattan in the months following?
It's hit or miss what they gonna look like. And
Well, looks like cannabis is illegal in Thailand again. Goddamn.
it was a house party.
Like they're putting them through a real boxing boot camp, and you can tell some of them aren't conditioned.
You know, the best part, usually people you know.
That's tough.
Everybody.
So they molding street fighters into prize fighters.
Y'all remember this is the only time, y'all remember Bear was in the movie Life?
I'm gonna check it out though.
Bear was there, man. Yeah. Big dark cat. If y'all seen Life, y'all know who he is. Who weird, but that is. And they tried to strip me butt naked, yo. In the party, I was trying to stop fighting.
What are the like? Where is it like located? Is it UK based or is it American based fighters? Like where is it taking place?
And I looked at Shamar, I said, Mom, if you do this to me, I'm fucking you up, man. And I can't fuck his before. I'm sorry. I'm messing you up.
Houston,
But,
Texas.
I can't do that to him, but I can do something to you. So it was crazy, man. It was a lot of fun, man.
Well, given Houston, Texas, I used to live in Texas. Texas is dry, depending on where you at. Training in a hot sun, no humidity. That's my weather. I like that.
That's why it was cool for me to, you know, head over
But
here.
fighters from all over the U.S. Yeah, like I said, you got fighters from different climate. That hot sun is different with no humidity. It's like having your hand over a stove. It's just heat. You gotta stay hydrated out there. They got some folks from Miami, Philly, etc. Yeah, especially guys from the East Coast. They ain't used to the heat. They ain't used to the heat. Because when I moved to Las Vegas, my first year I had to get used to the heat. I wasn't used to it. But now I love it. But I'm back on the east, and it's just nasty, sticky humidity. I don't like that.
I asked him if he owns a property and
I don't like that at all.
He's a tech guy like it.
Fucking shirt be sticking to me.
Or IT, my bad. He works in IT. So I hit him up on WhatsApp and I said, look, man, I'm looking to travel more, but I want to be able to make money. I mean, as actors, you get residuals and all of that's been very good, but you know, I want to be able to have fresh new streams of income. And he was like, hey man, look into like AI engineering and AI like machine learning. And he put me on to
check
a couple
out AI
programs,
engineering.
this and that. And I dove right into it, man. So I went into like AI engineering school, machine learning school, and learned how to like, they call it low code. So I'm not a full-fledged coder, but you learn JSON and the basic little coding to build web apps and things like that. And I really started loving it, man. And we get into the LLM,
Have a good day, bro.
ChatGPT and Grok or Gemini, and you understand how to use those tools to help your AI business. So now I basically formed a company called SlightEdge.ai, and it's a consulting company. So basically,
Check out my videos, by the way.
started liking the idea of teaching people.
It'll have something that'll grab you.
with how
Check out the bike life stuff.
with how AI can help your business. And if you need me to help you implement certain systems for your business, I can do that because I learned how to, create AI automations.
All right, hold up. We're going too fast. We old people. We want to know how do we use. We want to know, like, we know you know the back end, but do you teach AI to people and how
Yes.
to work and how to maximize it?
Yes.
What's the name of your
My company's called SlightEdge.ai. SlightEdge.
If any of the moderators in there, put it in your slide ed.
It's got a voice